Hi there, welcome to my channel. It's been about 2 months, I believe, since I went back to WW. Actually, it's 1.5 months. Now, I think I got that correct because it was around the end of November when I had the epiphany to come back and to really take things seriously. And in 1.5 months, we had, I think it was right after Thanksgiving, and we were just going into the Christmas season. So I knew it would be an uphill battle, but I was committed to doing it and doing it as best as I could. One thing that I've really incorporated, which I love and I'm going to talk about, is tracking. And I want to talk about all the WW habits that I am incorporating into my life because I want to share that I have released 5 pounds. Yes, 5 pounds. My sister and I were laughing yesterday because I said to her that over 10 years ago when I did this, by now I would have lost 10 pounds or more. But I find now that it seems to be taking a little longer to let this weight go. But I'm appreciative of the 5 pounds since my highest weight, and I do not intend to bring them back. But today I really want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, the holiday slump. And then I want to talk a little bit about the WeightWatchers plan. I want to talk about what I'm eating and then also my idea of visualizing a new body. This is going well, I think. It's actually going well for me because when I look back, my habits are changing. They are actually changing. So when I started the journey, it seemed so slow. It was just so slow. But then again, during Christmas, it was little. I was baking pies. My pie that I love, the sweet potato pie that I love to bake over and over again, is 32 points a slice. 32 points a slice. I decided to check how much I was consuming, and now I understand why there's a year I gained, I think, 10 pounds in 10 days, really, from eating pies every day. Now I get it. At the time, I didn't have the courage to check to see how many points it was. And I went ahead and took the recipe and calculated, and I found out it was 32 points. And I was just like, what? This is a whole lot. You can't out exercise that. So this is just something that I'm going to make a treat every now and then. I will still eat slices of pie. I will not change that, I can tell you. But I will definitely consider how many pies I consume during a holiday season. But anyway, that was one of the biggest realizations during the holiday season. And one thing that happened with the 5 pounds is I can't see anything. I mean, 5 pounds is, I think, a start, but it's not a lot. And I was laughing yesterday. I was telling my sister that I feel like I have lost weight and I can only see it in my boobs. The other day I realized, I was like, oh, I see that there's, a change. And with boobs, you can just tell by the way your bra fits. So that was one of the things that I did notice, and it was kind of fun. And then my shoulders are beginning to square out. They had become rounded and round, full of whatever it is, I believe fat. So my shoulders are starting to square out and I can actually see it. Most people say that when I start to lose weight, they can see it in my face, but I can't. I just can't see it. But again, I said it's really 5 pounds, and 5 pounds is just that, 5 pounds. So I'll wait and see what happens. But that's what's going on with the weight loss. In addition to that, I have to, really clarify why. I thought I wanted to lose, I think it was going to be a pound a week. But during the holidays, there was one time I think I gained 3 pounds. I was up 3 pounds and I was kind of like, what's really going on? But deep down in my heart, I knew. And then after the holidays, by January, I had only gained 1 pound, which was not bad. I didn't think it was bad at all because I was still tracking my food on the app. I was still drinking water. That has been a little challenging for me, but I was consistent with tracking what it was that I was eating. And so when it comes to the Weight Watchers plan, I'm using my app as best as I can. I was a little obsessed with the blue dots, and the blue dots were, they are an indicator that you are consuming all the allocated points for the day, which is basically eating what is recommended for your success. However, I did find out that there are many days when I don't need all my points in a day. I'm not hungry. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that chick who will go hungry so that I can lose weight. I love food too much. But there are times when I've eaten like a sweet baked potato, I have chicken, I have vegetables. When I eat really clean, I tend to find that I stay fuller longer. So there's some days when my plan is to eat all clean, and I find that by the end of the day, I have way too many points. On that day, way too many points left. Usually on that day, I find that, of course, my blue dot obsession will be ruined. In the beginning, it was a big deal because the first few days I was eating the amount of food that got me a blue dot. And so one day I was like, I tracked all day. Why don't I have a blue dot? And when I went to check, yes, I had tracked. Yes, I had eaten, but I had eaten few points because I was eating clean and I was full. I didn't need any more food. And of course, it showed that I didn't have a blue dot. So I kind of gave up the blue dot obsession, especially because this last week I go to virtual meetings. And I love meetings. I'll talk about that. And I did ask the coach whether it was a bad thing for me to be significantly under my points when I feel like I'm not hungry and I am actually eating. And she was like, let's not start problems that don't exist, because that's not really a problem. I'm full. I'm eating. No problem. I'm losing weight. So no problem, right? And speaking of meetings, the virtual meetings on WeightWatchers for me are a good place to be. I have found a really good group. I go on Mondays, 10:30 a.m. And Alexis Michelle is amazing, just amazing. I absolutely enjoy her energy. She's a really, really good coach. And so I'm one of these people who number one, I need a big class, I need an engaged leader, and I need a place where I feel like I can speak up. Some of the meetings that I've gone to are just too fast for me and too quiet for me. I love this actual meeting. And what I'm doing is I'm actually sitting there, camera on, even though sometimes I look a whole mess, but I have my camera on and I am not multitasking. I am joining and I am paying attention because I have noticed that I'm struggling to shed pounds this time around, and I'm going to do what needs to happen so that this can work out. The other day I was laughing so hard because I was thinking about what foods to let go because they're just not serving me. And I had said that I was going to let go of nuts because to me they're not worth it. 6 points for a quarter cup of nuts is just not worth it. And I said, I would rather get fat eating cake than eating nuts. And so I let go of the nuts. And then, of course, I will never, ever give up cake. So I haven't had cake in a while, but I do need a break from cake because I do eat a lot of cake, especially during the holidays. And I'm just going to let that go for right now. I will plan when I want to have a slice of cake. I will celebrate when it's time to celebrate, but I'm not going to make it the main event like I used to make cake sometimes for breakfast. That's no longer an option for me because it's just, it's not worth it. Gaining weight for me right now, I'm noticing that it's not worth it because trying to lose it is just too much work. I would rather live a healthy life that promotes eating everything and not gaining weight the way I have been doing in the last few years. And then, of course, there's drinking water. I'm not getting up to my 60 ounces of water. I'm doing good when I drink 24 ounces, but I also drink black tea with no sugar. That's my thing. I like the taste of tea. And, I'm from Kenya, so I come from a tea-producing country. Yes, I drink black tea because I like the taste and I don't want the sugar in it. Every now and then I do, and sometimes I use Splenda, which is, for some people is controversial. For me, I'm just like, look, I'm getting Splenda. It's 0 points. That's what I want to do. And most of the time, though, I'm drinking black tea, Kenyan tea with lemon and no sugar. So that's 0 points. And I think it serves the same purpose as water. So on days when I have 24 ounces and I have 3 cups of tea, I'm always like, well, I did actually get the fluids that I need. So I'm going to keep trying. I think, especially when the summertime comes, I think it'll be easier for me to drink water because for me right now, it's just too cold. And then activities. I have been a little sedentary over the last 2 weeks, but this week I incorporated walking. My intent is to start back running. I am that girl who just gets out. I run 1 mile down to the end of my community and 1 mile up for 2 miles a day. I used to do that on Tuesdays, Tuesday to Saturday morning, and then I'd be off Sunday and Monday. I'm going to resume that schedule, and part of my plan for this week was to run as slowly as I can. And the reason why I do that is because when I first started running, I would run as slowly as I could, and then my slow became faster and faster and faster. And then I was racing at the time. I don't enjoy that anymore, but I do like running in my neighborhood so I can see what's going on in terms of curb appeal and what new things people have done to their homes and stuff like that. Yes, I am the nosy neighbor. Yes, I am that chick. And so I'm going to do that this week. And then it wasn't a question, nobody asked me. The next thing I wanted to talk about is what am I eating? I still, I love the recipe, the frittata recipe I had posted. I do make that. So most days that is my breakfast. The frittata recipe is a veggie sheet frittata that I found in the WeightWatchers cookbook that WeightWatchers sent me. I don't know why they sent it to me, but I thank them for sending it to me because it has some good recipes. And then I have the cilantro chicken recipe, which I haven't posted yet, but I really enjoy eating that because I love the taste of cilantro, and I make this marinade that I use. It serves 2 purposes. It marinates the chicken, and then it also serves as the salad dressing. And it's really, the base is really cilantro, lime, garlic, and some spices and seasonings. And that really works for me. And then, of course, for me, a bed of lettuce works really well. So when I have a chicken breast and a bed of lettuce and a good marinade and dressing, I'm good. And then I have some other chicken recipes that I use, and this is baked chicken. So I'm eating a lot of baked chicken over salads. And then I also eat my frittata for breakfast. And I usually have, I used to have Ezekiel bread, and I'm noticing Ezekiel bread is almost $8. $8 for Ezekiel bread. Let's not talk about the $8 eggs, but that's because there's a shortage. I'm not sure what's going on with the Ezekiel bread. It's almost $8 at Publix, right? But anyway, I like Ezekiel bread. But right now I have been eating keto bread from Aldi. I'm not sure that I like the keto bread from Aldi that much. I'm just eating it because it's in the fridge. I might not continue that one. But the reason why I liked keto bread was for the points. For 2 slices, it's 1 point, whereas for Ezekiel bread, for 2 slices, it's 3 points. And that's what I have been eating. So for breakfast, I have the frittata, and then I also make another frittata with salmon and basil and tomato. It's really easy for me because I just make it on Sunday and then I just eat through it. I think I get like 8 slices when I do a pie, in a pie dish for the frittata. And that I usually do that when I'm doing the salmon, basil, tomato frittata. But then when I'm doing the sheet pan, it's 12 eggs. So it's literally 1 egg each day because I cut it up into 12 pieces. And so I can eat from that for a while. Sometimes I have that even for breakfast and lunch because I like to eat what I enjoy. I just don't like eating for the points only. I like to eat the food that I enjoy. And then with the salad, I just really shred my lettuce. I like shredded lettuce so that it's skinny and long. And then I put my salad dressing. I also have a recipe for salad dressing that someone gave me a while back, which I'm going to share. My salad dressing has 3 points, a tablespoon, but that's all I need. I don't need more than that for salad. And then, of course, the chicken, I have different marinades. And it's just baked chicken in the oven, right? And then, how am I visualizing a new body? I can't speak today. Visualizing a new body, I'm doing that by virtual shopping for clothes. I'm not buying the clothes. Nobody said you have to check out, but you can go shopping online without checking out. So I have these spaces that I go to, and I just put stuff in the cart, and I visualize myself wearing those beautiful fashions. That's really what I'm doing to visualize. Remember, all this has happened because I changed my mindset, right? I'm able to track in the way that I track. Tracking is not difficult for me anymore. I just track. Once I've eaten, I just enter it in there, right? And now it's just a thing that I do. But I also decided that I wanted to be faithful to the plan. Remember, I was talking about the fruits of the Spirit, and this comes from the Bible, from Galatians 5:22. And I want to be that person who is love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. So when I looked at it, I said, okay, if I am faithfulness, that means if I'm producing faithfulness, my spirit produces faithfulness, then that means I want to be loyal and faithful to the plan. And so once I did that, once I said that, every morning I write down, who do I want to be today? And when I say faithfulness, I write all the things that I want to be faithful to. And one of them is eating within the plan. And this one, for the food category of my life, it ties in to self-control as well, right? Because self-control is the ability to push the plate away. Imagine that. What a concept, right? So self-control, so that I'm not eating the whole fridge, and faithfulness to the plan are the two aspects that I'm incorporating. And I'm incorporating them in other areas as well. You know, even with other work that I do, I say I want to be faithful to the plan, and I want to be self-controlled so that I just don't go eating everything on site, right? And because this is mindset, I intend to continue to release pounds every week until I get to the body that I love and the weight that I love. One thing that we talked about in the meeting is that the scale is simply feedback. That's all it is. The scale is feedback. The scale tells you what you've done, how you have behaved, how you have handled food that week, right? And for that reason, I am working really hard not to give the scale more meaning that it deserves. It's just basically saying the amount of carbs you ate converted into glucose, and the glucose has to find a place to deposit, and it deposits in your liver, the fat in your liver. And when that's full, it goes to your belly. And there's evidence in my body right now that when the liver got full, the fat went to my belly, right? And then when the belly is full, it starts going to other parts of the body. And I can see that that's what happened, right? So I'm not giving the scale any more meaning. I still hold my breath a little bit when I'm about to get on it. But one other thing we talked about in the virtual meeting is that maybe I should have a plan for after the scale, so that when I'm getting on the scale, I have a plan to, see what I have done in a specific week, but also to have a plan that if I lose weight, this is the mindset that I have, maybe a keep going mindset, or if I gain, it is maybe let me examine the behavior that didn't work for me this week, or let me look at what I did this week and see what could have helped me to retain the weight, right? But I'm looking at the number, the scale over time. I'm looking at the scale over time, right? So that's what's been going on for the last, I think, 3 weeks. But again, it is my commitment to be here every week. I kind of missed, I think, 2 weeks or maybe even maybe 3 whole weeks. I'm not sure. But I do plan to make this consistent. This is my accountability. I know I'm being accountable even though I'm not videoing, but I think it'll be helpful for me to go and look back and see where I came from, right? So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're making changes on your journey, and I hope you are paying attention to your mind because it is attracting everything that you are getting. So hope to see you next time, next week, same place, same time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.